Hey guys, welcome back to Math Made Easy with Kiki. Today we're going to be learning how to rationalize the denominator of a fraction. This topic is still under research, so I'm just going to be explaining it on a broader concept. And rationalizing the denominator of a fraction means rewriting a fraction so that there is no square root sign at the bottom. Mathematical rules state that a surd cannot be the denominator of a fraction, so you must rationalize the denominator of any fraction which has a surd or a square root sign as its denominator. Let's dive right in. Here that when we're rationalizing the denominator of the fraction, we're supposed to multiply both the numerator of the fraction and the denominator of the fraction by its denominator. So we're going to multiply this by the square root of 2 divided by the square root of 2. Now, when you have two surds multiplying each other, you combine them under the same root. So you have 5 times 2 all over. Now, when you have the square root of 2 times the square root of 2, the square root signs will cancel each other out and you're left with 2. So now what we're going to do is that we're going to multiply 5 times 2, which is 10, and you're going to have the square root of 10 divided by 2. And that's your answer. We have 12 divided by the square root of 3. And just like we did for our first question, we're going to multiply this fraction by its denominator. So we're going to have 12 divided by the square root of 3 times the square root of 3 divided by the square root of 3. And now here we're going to form a surd, which is going to have 12 to the square root of 3 divided by 3, the square root of 3 times the square root of 3, which is going to give us 3. Now we're going to divide. We can see here that 3 into itself is 1, and 3 into 12 is going to give us 4, which means that our answer is going to be 4 into the square root of 3. As for our third question, we're going to do the exact same thing we did for the first question and the second question, which is we're going to multiply the fraction by its denominator. So we're going to multiply this, except we're going to conjugate the denominator. And when I say conjugate the denominator, I mean that I'm going to change the addition sign here to a subtraction sign and multiply it by that. So we're going to say 3 minus the square root of 12 divided by 3 minus the square root of 2 minus the square root of 2. And now what we're going to do is that we're going to do this. We're going to have 4 into 3 minus the square root of 2, which means that we're going to have 12 minus 4 into the square root of 2. And then we're going to have 3 plus the square root of 2 into 3 minus the square root of 2, which means 3 times 3 is going to give us 9. 3 times minus the square root of 2 is going to give us minus 3 into the square root of 2. Then we have plus the square root of 2 times 3, which is going to give us plus 3 into the square root of 2, and then we're going to have the square root of plus the square root of 2 times minus the square root of 2. And in this case, the square roots are going to cancel each other out, leaving us with minus 2. Now, this is going to cancel each other out and going to give us 0. So we're left with 9 minus 2, which is 7, which means that we have 12 minus 4 the square root of 2 divided by 7. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and tell me what topic you'd like me to do next. Bye!